Okay, Year 12, I just wanted to show you some little skills and tips you need to have for using Microsoft Word, because some of you really struggle with using things like superscript and subscript and tables and things like that. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So quite often you have to write formulae, or you have to write units, for example, in tables. So let's make up a table. So if we just insert a table here, okay, let's imagine we're going to collect some values, collect some gas given off by a chemical reaction over a set length of time or something like that. Okay, so let's say we've got our table here. Let's just format the make it not so big in terms of text. So let's say we have the temperature we were doing this experiment at, and we're obviously going to put that in degrees C. Now obviously at the moment that's incorrect because that's not a degree symbol, so we need to make that superscript. So things you can do to get to superscript: if you highlight the thing and go into font, you can do superscript here. Okay, you can, it's actually on there anyway, look, as a little X2, so you can do superscript. There is also a shortcut. Alright, so if you do Control Shift and the plus key, it'll switch between superscript and subscript. Okay, sorry, superscript and normal script. Okay, if you do Control and the plus key, you get subscript, which is really useful. Okay, so you can switch between the two. So it's really important that you learn how to do superscript and subscript, because it's just very irritating when you type up answers to questions or you do tables and you don't do that. Okay, so you can do this when you're typing as well. So let's just think about this as well, and I'll show you another little skill. Say you've got 5 repetitions that you want to do. Okay, so we've got repetition 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and you know that these are all going to be the volume of gas given off. So all of these can have the same heading. So if you highlight those cells, and then you can merge them. So you can do right click on your mouse and do merge cells. If you go to design, layout, you've also got the ability to do that too within this section. Okay, so other things you can do, let's say you wanted to move things about and everything got a bit skew if, okay, and everything's all got a bit wonky, and you can see they're all different widths now. If you want to make them all the same width, if you do distribute columns, they'll all end up the same width. Okay, so let's say we're going to have, let's say this is a volume of carbon dioxide given off in 10 minutes. So we want to put a useful sensible heading in here. So volume of, and I'm going to do it as carbon dioxide as the formula CO2. So obviously CO2 is no good. So if I do CO, so if I just type CO Control plus key 2, and then Control plus key again, but out of subscripts, and I've got CO2 in 3 minutes. Okay, and then the volume is going to be in centimeters cubed, so brackets, centimeters, Control Shift and the plus key cubed. Okay, Control Shift and plus key again, and it comes out of superscript. So really, really important that you learn superscript and subscript, and then we want that nice and nicely centered in our thing. Here we're going to merge these 2 cells as well. Okay, just so that we then got our rows all lined up. Okay, because we don't need 2 rows for temperature, and then we can put in our values, etc. Okay, and then we can format those as well. Let's have them in the middle. Alright, so it's really important. Superscript and subscript is really easy to use in normal Word. Okay, if you're working in Word online, it's a little bit more challenging, and I'll just show you that in a minute. So I've just opened Microsoft 365 using Word here. It's a little bit more difficult because the shortcuts don't work, and obviously the layout of Word is different. In fact, if you can work on the desktop version, it's much better. There's much more functionality on desktop versions of Word and Excel and PowerPoint than there are on the online versions. Okay, but say I want to do carbon dioxide again. Let's actually click on the thing, that helps. So, oops, CO2. Okay, I need my 2 in subscript, I can't just do Control Shift and the plus key because actually that just starts zooming the screen in. So you need to go into, within our home, you need to go into the fonts section here, and there is subscript and superscript. So there's subscript for CO2. Let's say we had a volume of gas, so centimeters cubed, centimeters cubed per minute. Okay, so I need the centimeters cubed to be in superscript. Okay, so superscript, and also the minutes to the -1 to me per minute. Okay, so need to do that there. So it's a little bit more tedious and difficult to do in Word Online, but it is there. So look in that font section and find your superscript and subscript. Okay, so please try and learn this skill. It's really important. Thank you.